What's up, my honey bunnies, and welcome back to a new video. Thank you so much for tuning in. I really appreciate you spending your time watching my video. As you can see by the title, we are going to be talking about my 2020 disappointments and obsessions. So let's get started with the video. I think I'm going to go ahead and start with the disappointing products that I just kind of regret buying and I wish I can get my money back for, because for one reason or the other, they just didn't work out for me. Like always, when it comes to products that didn't work out for me, I always want to mention that more like a disclaimer that just because it didn't work out for me doesn't mean it's not going to work out for you. I still recommend you trying the things that I don't like, because we're all different. We all have different expectations, different results, different skin tones, skin types. We're all very different. So, but anyways, this was sent to me in my Petit Vour box in 2020, obviously, and I was so excited because as a brand, I feel like this company is pretty great. You know, they are eco-friendly, they're vegan, natural, cruelty-free. It's their black mascara, and as you can see, the packaging comes in this really beautiful bamboo tube. It also has little designs on the bottom that's also very like boho-esque to me. I just love the packaging of this mascara. I wish I really liked the mascara formula itself. But with that being said, this formula, it is a very natural look, so it's almost like non-existent. I think this would be perfect for somebody who loves a kind of like barely there makeup or like a no makeup look. That would be a perfect mascara for that, because again, it's very natural. It barely does anything to my lashes. That was my biggest issue with this mascara, is that I wish it did more for my lashes. I know a lot of people out there that do love a really natural looking lash, especially if we already have really full long lashes. This might work for you perfectly. I didn't even say the brand but this is the Elate Cosmetics black mascara. That's just what it says on the bottom. But moving on to another product that was a disappointment, and this is the Ilia, what is this called? Essential Brow Natural Volumizing Brow Gel, and I did get it in the color medium brown. So this, I remember picking this up right before the pandemic hit. I think I got it in February, and I was so excited because I think at this time I was trying a lot of Ilia products. As soon as I received it in the mail, I tried it out because again, I was so excited, and such a disappointment. I just did not like it whatsoever. I know a lot of people love this. I just can't get it to work, and I don't understand. Maybe I got a dud, or maybe it's an old formula, or maybe it's an old product, maybe it's expired. I don't really know what the deal is. So when I usually do my brows with a brow gel, which is one of my favorite products to use for brows, I like to apply it and then obviously brush it, right? Finesse it, or like spread it or blend it out with the little spoolie. At that point, it's already dry, so it just starts to like peel. It just didn't work out for me because of that. Like I said, I did try it the first day that I received it on one brow, and I'm like, what the hell is this? Because it was just flaking off. Like the more I brushed it, the more it would flake off, and I'm like, okay, well, something's wrong with this, so I'm gonna return it. My last disappointment is a palette from Mented Cosmetics. They now have another palette that I wish I would have waited. Because I feel like that palette just looks much better than this one right here. So this is the original, I think it's called the Everyday Eyeshadow palette from them. And this is what it looks like. It comes in a soft touch, kind of like matte feel. And then you open it up and you have the shades and then a big mirror, which I really do like. The shade variation in here, I just feel like they could have done a better job at picking different colors that are a little bit different. I know that it is supposed to be kind of like an everyday eyeshadow palette that you use for like a very neutral, wearable look. And that is the reason why I picked it up, because I'm a sucker for neutrals, and it's the only two shades that I really like from this palette is just these two. So because of that, I just don't think that it was worth it for me to pick up. I wish I would have waited, like I said, and maybe returned it. I don't know, but I mean, if you really look at the palette from afar, a lot of these shades look very similar, and this is what I mean. I feel like they could have done a better job of placing different colors in here that are not so similar to the others. So let me just give you some swatches. These are the two shimmers, and they're very beautiful. They perform really nicely, they go on nicely, they wear nicely, And yeah, as you can see, even though they do look very similar from far away, when you do swatch them, they are very different. So this one is way darker. It's more like a bronzy color, and this one's more like a gold. They are very beautiful. So I do really like these two shimmers. These two over here also look very similar. These two over here look very similar. These two over here look very similar. And it's just, again, the shades are just too similar. All right, so here are the swatches so you can see what they look like. Another thing I want to mention is that the formula, even though a lot of these are mostly mattes, the only two shimmers are these two, like I said, and the rest are completely matte. The formulas vary even in between the mattes, because these two right here, like the lighter shades, they're very soft and they create a lot of like kick up. Like when I use them, like a whole bunch of it comes out. Like with my other eyeshadows, like when I dip my shadow brush in there, you know, sometimes a little bit of fallout can come out or like kick up. This one kicks up a lot. Obviously, I don't want to sit here and say that I'm an expert about formulas, but I feel like these two have a very similar or like the same formula because they're both very soft. And then the rest are fine because the rest are a little bit more like, they're a little bit more solid, if you know what I mean. Hopefully you know what I'm talking about. If you know about eyeshadows, you know that some formulas are a little bit softer. Some of them are a little bit more solid and a little bit more firm, and they don't do a lot of kick up. That is basically the reason why I regret buying this palette. I feel like I could have done without it. I could have been fine without it. It's not a palette that I reach for all the time, and if I do, it's mostly for these two shimmers, again, because they're so beautiful. I feel like it is a regret because I'm just not getting my money's worth. I just bought it, I used it a couple times, and I'm like, it's okay. So those were all the products that didn't work out for me in 2020 for one reason or the other. Again, that's just my opinions and my experience. Next, moving on to my absolute favorite, just things that I was obsessing over in 2020. Since we're talking about Mented Cosmetics, let me show you a product that did really work out for me. So this right here is their cream stick foundation. So this is L10. So let me just give you a swatch right here so you can kind of see what I'm talking about. So this is the Mented Cosmetics. Oh my freaking goodness. This one right here is just amazing. If you love a creamy stick formula, I highly recommend this one because it wears so beautifully on the skin. It literally just looks like your own skin, but flawless. Every time I wear it, I'm like, wow. It just looks natural. It does have more of a dewy finish because it is a cream foundation, but it's not overly shiny or, you know, like an oil slick. If you're lighter than me, unfortunately, they don't have a foundation for you, which is very different because usually it's the other way around, that brands don't carry darker shades. This one doesn't carry lighter shades. Obviously, that doesn't make this company that inclusive because they're not including everybody. But I really do like that they do focus on people of color, and I think they do a great job at it. Obsessed with this foundation. I for sure will continue to buy this over and over. I hope that they make lighter shades because this shade is a great match for me, especially like spring and summer, because that is when I really tried this foundation out. Fall and winter, it is a little bit too dark for me, just like a shade. I can make it work with like a lighter concealer, but I wish they had more shades for sure. Just so you know, the L10 is a fair with neutral undertones. It builds really nicely, coverage is great, wears so beautifully, and it just looks like skin, but it covers up the redness that I need to cover or that I want to cover. So it's just a perfect foundation. I just hope that they create more shades. My next favorite or obsession of 2020 is the lip bar. This one is their Stay Ready Minute Finishing Face Palette, and the Stay Ready is the shade of the palette. So this one does come in different variety of shades based on your complexion. So because I am more of a medium complexion, this is what I picked up for bronzer, highlight, powder, and a blush. So this is pretty much what it comes with. This is what it looks like. It does have like this unique kind of like 3D palette. And then it has the 4 pans, and then that is what it looks like. The Lip Bar is a very affordable brand that's also cruelty-free and vegan, and you can find them at Target as well. Mented is also another company you can find at Target if you're looking for that. But yeah, this palette is just perfection for my skin tone and my complexion. Formula is great, it's pigmented, it blends beautifully. Highly recommend this palette. I am wearing it on my face. Let me kind of put the brightness down so you can kind of see a little bit more of the colors. But I'm wearing the blush, the highlight, as you can see, so beautiful. I am not wearing the blush, but you know what? I can actually put it on so you can kind of see what it looks like. Besides the shades working really well with my complexion, the formula itself is also just so beautiful. Like, it's pigmented, but it just blends and builds really nicely. That is the palette right there. So that is the setting powder, the blush, the bronzer, and the highlight. Hopefully you can kind of see that a little bit more. Definitely check them out because they do have different variations of colors based on your complexion. Moving on to another product that was basically living on my lips. That is the Bite Beauty lip crayon. This one right here is in the color Calvados, which is my absolute favorite color. I am wearing it today. I decided to wear everything except the foundation on my skin. I do have a whole lip swatch video if you want to check it out. I will link it up there and in the description. But yeah, this color is just delicious. It is the best color. I feel like it works with every single eye look that I do. It's just a really beautiful wearable. And I'm not just obsessed with the color, I am obsessed with the formula. Like, the whole formula of this line is just incredible. I mean, obviously Bite Beauty does really well with creating really amazing lip products, and I find that this is just no exception. It smells delicious, it tastes delicious, it's nourishing, but it also kind of gives like a very comfortable, wearable matte finish. Not all of the shades are like this though, because there are some shades that did have a little bit more of a shine than this one. It does kind of look more like a satin or like a matte. But it's not matte like in where it's drying. It's not like that at all. Another lip product that was on my lips a lot during 2020, whenever I did wear makeup, obviously not every single day. This one is a lip liner, and this one is from Red Apple Lipstick in the color Toasted Pink. So I'm usually not a pink lipstick type of person. I do like to dabble with it, maybe like in spring and summer, but not that often. I just feel like pink, like certain pinks don't look all that great for me or on my skin tone. This one though, this one is more of a neutral pink. That is what it looks like. It's a very muted pink, a cream highlight. And this one was sent to me from Venix Organic. And they sent 2 shades. I forgot which one's the one that I liked the most, but I think it was this one. I don't know, one of these shades, but I'll show you swatches of both of them so you can kind of see what they look like. But this formula right here, it is wow, and it is a cream, but it is like the best cream formula for a highlight that I've ever tried. I've tried other ones that are great, but I feel like this one just tops them. That is what it looks like. This one is the color Wedding Finger. It's called Wedding Finger. It's called a Wedding Ring, not Wedding Finger. And this is their Diamond Glow Melted Highlighter. It's just on a different level as far as how they look on the skin. It just melts into my skin. It looks so natural. It kind of looks like I'm glowing from within, but like times 10 because it's super beaming. It's like a really pigmented type of product. So it's not like a very natural highlight. Again, this one was Wedding Ring. I think K color is more of a gold. They're very similar, like super similar. That K color is more of a gold. And then Wedding Ring, not Wedding Finger, is more of a champagne. But they're very similar, right? I mean, look at that. Ugh, that is stunning. Look at how beautiful that is. I don't know why they don't make more shades, because there needs to be more shades of this formula. Now we're gonna move on to my skincare obsessions. I do have one that is a hair care. So we'll start with this one. So this right here is from Briogeo, which is another Black owned company. So this one is their Don't Despair Repair Deep Conditioning Mask. This product was reintroduced to me in 2020, but it is a favorite of mine ever since I went vegan and cruelty free with my makeup and like beauty products. But like I said, it was reintroduced to me through the detox market. So shout out to them for sending this over in one of their boxes. So this is just an incredible lightweight hydrating hair mask. If you really like the results that a oil hair mask gives you, but you don't like the whole mess of it, I highly recommend this one, because this one, it comes in a, I don't really know how to describe it, but it is more like a liquidy conditioner type of like consistency. It smells really nicely, but it's not like a super strong smell that lingers throughout the whole day. So it is very, to me, it's really pleasant. Again, obviously cruelty-free, vegan, and it leaves my hair looking shiny and healthy and soft, but it's so easy to apply and to remove because it doesn't leave like that heavy residue. Super lightweight, but it's very deep conditioning that it just makes my hair like super shiny and healthy. I just absolutely love this hair mask. I definitely have to put you on this one if you haven't tried it. Highly recommend. This one is from Juice Beauty. So I've mentioned this before in other videos that 2020 for me was the year of skincare, and not just like skincare products, but like learning about skincare ingredients and what that does to my skin, and just trying different like ingredients. And it's their prebiotics, tartaric and iris. It's their instant flash facial, and it's kind of like a mask because that's how I use it. I keep this in my shower because that's where I like to apply it. When I'm like doing my hair, like when I apply the hair mask, I like to apply a mask on my face as well, so it kind of just like marinates on my skin. But this one is a very like quick type of product. You do not want to leave this on your skin more than what it recommends, which is 1 to 2 minutes, because it is a very fast acting product. So it delivers really quickly, and it is one of those products that you will see right away, like one-time use, you will see the difference. So because it does have AHA, which is the alpha hydroxy acid, acids was one of the biggest things that I was trying in 2020. Although AHAs were not new to me, I've tried them in the past in cleansers and stuff like that. So again, it just exfoliates my skin, and it just leaves my skin brighter, smoother, and just softer. So that is why I love it so much. My next product is a serum, and this one is from Edible Beauty, and this is their #3 Exotic Goddess Ageless Serum. So this is more of a viscous, very hydrating type of product. I do have a whole video on Edible Beauty. If you want to check it out, I will link it as well. Out of all of the products that I tried from them, this is like my absolute top favorite because it's so similar to the Osea Hyaluronic C Serum, but it is less expensive. The Hyaluronic C Serum, which I will always use, isn't that cheap. It is $88, but I think it's worth every penny in my opinion. And it wasn't until I tried this one where I can really give you another option that's less expensive than the Hyaluronic C Serum. They are similar because they're very hydrating. They're like a burst of hydration, but of course, because they do have different ingredients, they are going to be a little bit different. The reason why I love this product so much and I'm so obsessed with it is because it does exactly what it says it's going to do for your skin. It hasn't replaced my Osea Hyaluronic C Serum, but it is another option that I really do enjoy. And again, I'm so glad that I can recommend something different that's not as expensive, because every time I recommend the Osea Hyaluronic C Serum, I get the same response, is that it's too expensive. And I understand that. I know $88 is not cheap. It's quite pricey. That concludes my 2020 obsessions and disappointments. I hope that you found this video helpful. I hope that you enjoyed it. If you did, please give it a huge thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe. It is free to watch my videos. You can also turn on your post notifications so that you're notified every time I post and you don't miss any of my videos. With all that being said, thank you so much for watching, and I will see you on my next one. Bye!